Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a custom ship I have made called the Aurora. So the design philosophy behind this ship was to make a kind of a combat vessel. Well, more like an all-around vessel that's focused on combat primarily. Now, I wanted to make it kind of like a sleek and like luxurious looking. My inspiration was if you guys have ever played Elite Dangerous, there is a ship manufacturer called Zorgen Peterson, I believe the name is, and they make these kind of combat vessels that look kind of like speedboats. They make there's like the Fer de Lance, and then there's the Mamba, and they're very cool. They have like these kind of red and white accents, and just yeah, they're like if you mix like a kind of a pleasure yacht with like massive weapons, and that's kind of what I wanted to go for. Also, I wanted to make something that like wasn't very large. As you can see, it's built off the basis of a Varun vessel. I took some pieces off it, but it's very custom and it's using a lot of the techniques. Stat-wise, it's got a fuel of 420, which I felt was like it's more than adequate. I've been using this ship for most of my playthrough, and it's been good to go. It's got a hull of 1401, which again that served me quite well. I played very hard. I play on very hard, or at least I have been. I haven't been doing much very hard currently because I've been hunting down ships, and it's a bit tedious having to fight them on very hard. That hull is more than enough to get the job done. It's got a cargo capacity of 1680, which that's kind of suited my needs. I've stopped storing stuff on my ships because there was that bug that basically your stuff could get like lost depending on if you were swapping ships a lot. Now I think they have fixed it, but I've just kind of stopped storing stuff. Every time it fills up, I just go to the main area, the lodge. I've got pretty much the best of everything in here. I've got a C-class reactor with 40 power. It's currently hidden underneath. There it is there. I've got a crew of 8, which I really like. I usually am rocking like a whole gaggle of crew in here to pump up the ship a little bit, but currently because I've been finishing the reviews, I only have Sam with me and Cora. It's a jump range of 29 light years, which is the best you can get with the current one I went with. Now, I think I'm only using a B-class one because I'm pushed for space. It's got 1600 shields, which is the best shields in the game. You probably noticed where are the shields. I have hidden a lot of stuff. And then we've got 3 sets of weapons, all particle weapons. So we've got some primary particle weapons there. We have the Vanguard ones mounted on the top. We've got some secondary particle weapons that are hidden in the ship. And then we've got a single particle turret that I just added because I like the idea of having like a turret. That turret is quite helpful. There's kind of a bug in the game currently where when a ship jumps into system for the first time, like say if a ship's attacking you, the turret will look at them and shoot at them, and even though it normally doesn't do a lot of damage, it will usually strip the shields off immediately, which is kind of weird. So like this turret, for instance, usually it takes about 6 or 7 shots to strip a shield, but like I said, the first time a ship jumps in, it just puts them on one shot, which is really nice. So we're going to buy this. As always, this is a custom build ship. You can't buy this ship. I've just sold it. So we're going to go check it out. So we make use of a lot of Shroud Eklund pieces here, as you can see. I've kind of put that bridge in the middle, kind of hanging back. I like having those kind of like prow, like almost like pincers. And then we've got the weapons mounted on the top there. You might see some potential little merges as we go along. So there's our cargo in there. You can just about make it out. There it is there. Bit of cargo. And then we've got these engines. I really like these engines. They're not like the best engines, but they get the job done. Now I also have one of these Amadon engines in the middle just to kind of give like extra thrust, basically. Then we've got the docking port on the bottom just because it's nice and hidden. And then in we go. So we have a Tayo entryway, which I kind of went with just because... I like having the forward facing. The interior is pretty meh, just because... So I went with... initially, I went with the control station down here. Just extra crew space is nice. And then we've obviously got the docking port there, straight in. And then if we go up to the next floor, we're pretty much straight on the bridge. So there's not a lot of interior, but yeah, I wanted to get like the crew capacity. So we're going to take it off and show you how she performs. So I obviously I made this ship, so I was a bit biased by saying I really like this ship, but it looks really cool when it's kind of like, you know, like when you land on the planet and you run off to explore, and then as you're coming back, you just see it, and it looks very unique, which I kind of went for. I wanted to have like a ship that did really look like any of the ships currently in the game. So we're gonna put max points into everything. So we have more than enough power for everything in this current config, and then we've one left over. Like I say, in weapons, we have a lot of weaponry. There are primary, and then we've got two of these secondary particles, and then we've got the turret. Now this thing can take on a lot. Like, it can fight very well. It's got I believe it's got a base speed of 140 in the current config because it's B-class engine. Yeah, it is. Boost speed of... Yeah, boost speed is pretty decent. Boost speed is like 500. Do a quick agility test. Pitch. It's quite agile. It's like, I think it's like a 6 or a 7, maybe an 8. Yeah, pitch. The yaw. It's pretty nice. And then the roll. Right, so we're gonna go and we're gonna do a teardown. Alright, so, oh, whoops, I apologize if my mic just banged. So, here we are in the pieces. So I've broken down the pieces since this is more of a build, so we'll start off here. So for the habitat modules, we have the Viking CP100 cockpit from Shroud Eklund. We have the Shroud Companionway 1x1, Shroud Control Station 2x1. We have the 100 DP Docker bottom from Deimos, and we have the Shipbed 200 landing bay. Now for the modules, we have a pair of these H10 Atlas Helium-3 tanks from Dogstar. We have the SF-40 Sheared Flow Reactor from Dogstar. We have the RD-3000 Beta Grav Drive, which I can actually improve to the 4000. I didn't realize that. I could really quickly do that. You can tell this one, yeah, okay. So we're going to be using the R400. And then we have the Assurance SG-1800 shield generator, best shield in the game. And then for the landing gear, we have a pair of these AQ-10 or AQ-Lander 11 landing gear, and we have one of these 220 CB Deimos landing gear. And then we have our cargo, our Galleon S204. For our engines, we have a pair of these Nova 1050 engines from Relodyne. And then we have a single Dun 71 engine from Amadon. For the weapons, we're rocking 6 of these Vanguard Obliterator projectors from the Vanguard questline. For our secondary armament, we've got 2 of these Exterminator 95 MEV auto helium beams, and then we've got a singular turret. Now, for the structural pieces, we have 2, 4, 6, 8 of these equipment plates from Tayo. We have 4 of these Shroud engine mounts. We have 4 of these Shroud Cap A. We've got 2 bottom ones and 2 top ones. We've got 2 of these Shroud Cowlings, and then we've got a Deimos Spine A, Spine B, and Spine A aft. So to start off with it, building, what we're going to do is we're going to put this here, like so. And then we're going to snap the Shroud Companionway to that. And then we're going to snap this underneath. And we're going to put this there. Now you can't place this normally, so we're going to have to do the little technique. So basically, with this one, you can do what you can flip, thankfully. So you just grab it, flip it back, let go of it. And Bob is your uncle. And then we can put this underneath here, like so. Now we're going to start with the aesthetic pieces next. So the way I've done them is I've put in these here like so, like that. And then I put the other one like so, here. And then we have our landing gear, which will snap underneath. These landing gear are going to hold some of our weapons in a moment. Like so. Now next we have the engine, which just goes straight behind like this. Fits nice and snug. And then the first kind of... This is where you have to start using your little techniques. So we'll get to them in a moment. So we're going to get 2 of these bottom pieces here. We're going to grab these. And we are going to place these here, like so. Perfect. And then we're going to grab the top ones, but we're going to just put them on for the time being, but obviously we're going to be removing them briefly just to mount the weapons. So that would go like that, and that one goes like that there. Perfect. And then we're going to get the engines here. This goes this side, like so. And then both of these will go on top, like that. And then finally, we'll put this one here, like this. So currently it should look something like this. Now, what you want to do next is you want to get the engine. So this is where like it starts to get a little bit finicky. So for the snap point, we're going to put these engines on first, like so. And they're going to just snap in nice and easy, like that. Now, this engine is going to be a bit finicky to place, but we're basically going to merge it exactly like that. Now, if you've seen my videos before, you know how we go about doing that. So what we're going to do is we just need something to snap to. So for this, I'm going to be using the reactor like so. Like so. Anything will work. And then we're just going to mount this like that, and then you duplicate, and it will drop down, and then you can get rid of that. Now that's that there. Now next, we're going to put this grav drive underneath like so. And then we need to fit this landing gear here. Now the landing gear is a bit finicky, because what we basically need to do, we need to slap the landing gear first, and it will go in. It's just, as you can see, it's a bit finicky. It doesn't want to go in normally, so we'll do the same technique. So you snap up, and then you snap. This is where it gets a bit tricky. We're probably going to have to attempt it from the bottom, which isn't a problem. So all we would have to do to attempt it from the bottom is we basically have to make like a little frame, like so. I need to come out one more, and come down one more level, and one more level. It looks a bit funny looking, but you know, it is what it is. And then we have to go down one more, like so. Now, this is very long-winded, but the whole purpose is we're trying to get this under so we can snap it up like so. And you see how there, once we snap it up, there it is in the perfect spot there. Now we can delete, oh no, don't delete that. Now we can delete this massive thing we have built, like so. Now next we are going to place the cargo. Now the cargo goes underneath here. Again, you have to glitch it. So what we're going to do, once again, we're going to make a little frame. So we'll work off of this one this time. And we're going to go down, and down again, and across, and across. And then if we snap that up one, there we go, perfect. So there's our main storage. You can just kind of see it there. I'm going to show you a little bit better. It's just in there. It's merged in with the the engine. Now for the fuel tanks, we're going to remove these two pieces here, and we're going to basically just merge them like so. So what I've done is I've merged like that, and we're going to merge the other one like this. So they're basically going to sit like that. And then you just put these back. In order to get them back, you just put them in, and you just flip them until they're back the way you want them. Now you have to be careful there, because there's a lot of tech. There's a lot of like not snap points, but there's versions of this. So just keep flipping it till you get to the piece you want, and then back in. Perfect. Now on the other side, we're going to place the shield. Again, I like to hide the shield, so we're going to place it here. Once again, we're going to flip these like so. And give it a minute. You have to look at it just if you can. Perfect. Now, finally, we have the spine, so we're going to move these three pieces, and we're basically going to use these. They're going to snap to the engine like so, like this, like that. Now for the weapons, we're going to mount the disruptor in the middle here. And then we're going to move these out of the way. We're going to basically be hiding the majority of the weapons. Just because I personally don't like having a crap ton of weapons. So we're going to be making use of all of these. I'm just going to grab them and bring them closer. These are like one of my favorite pieces in the game. So all we're going to do is we're going to basically mount them all here. 3 on each side. Like that. Oh, whoops, did not mean to do that. And then, like so, perfect. Now, we're going to mount the weapons. So, I like to put the bigger weapon at the back here. So let me just snap these in, I'll show you. So I have the exterminator beam at the back, and then 2 of these on the front, and then we're going to do the same again. Like so. And then we're going to put these back on, so you have to put this one on first. But once again, you're just going to basically flip it till it gets back to where it is, and then let go of it, and then perfect. And then we're going to flip it again, like so, perfect. And then same with these. These are going to snap here. Like so. Perfect. And like so. And then finally, we're going to get 2 of these. And we're just going to mount them up here. So we have... Oh, that didn't work well. Where did that go? We're just going to duplicate or go back a little bit. Because I lost it inside the vessel. I quite like hiding the weapons because, like, if I wasn't to hide it, it would probably look really awkward just having, you know, like all these weapons mounted everywhere. And then for some reason, like obviously you can mount them here, but I like putting them there because I feel like they're proper like weapon hard points. Now I noticed that the grab drive is pretty weak. What did I do here? Yeah, I have the wrong grab drive. That's my bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the R4, the B class grab drive. The RD, this is the grab drive we were supposed to be using, my bad. So we just, same technique again to mount it. So we're just going to move this briefly. And, oh, we can't use this one actually because it doesn't have a snap point. We basically need something that could snap. So probably one of the best pieces is to just get one of these demo structural pieces like so. Like that, yep, perfect. Then we're going to snap it like before, snap it back. And then we're going to go back one more. Snap it down. Up, down again, down one more time, across, gotta go down one more time, like so, perfect, and then mount this, need to go underneath, now like so, and then we go up, and then we go up one more time, and then we can delete all of this, there we go. And then we should be done. Perfect, okay. And then I have the weapons set as the obliterators are your main weapon, your secondary weapons are the heliums, and then your turrets on the Y for me. Now, obviously, you could upgrade this a little bit. If you, like, there's still a little bit of room if you wanted to slap some more pieces, and you could change it any way you want. At one point, I had 3 turrets up here, so let me show you real quick. So I had, like, 3 of these. I didn't mind them, but I felt that on very hard difficulty, the turrets were not as, like, useful. Not that they weren't useful, but, like, just on very hard when you're, like, you don't really have the time for the turrets to, you know, track. That's why I kind of just went with all these. And having the single turret, it's there. I use it mainly for that little bug because it makes it easier to kill enemies. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this, and if you plan on building it, or if you've built, because I know a lot of people like have been saying in the comments they've kind of went with their own custom designs on ships. What do you guys usually go with? Do you try and build like smaller vessels or larger vessels? Because I know initially I used to build these big kind of like destroyer type vessels, but now I've started to use this. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to check out some of my other content and subscribe.